Welcome back. So now we have gotten into our respiratory system. We are going to talk about infections from the nose, the mouth, the throat, down through the esophagus and into the lungs. So if the pharynx is inflamed, this is pharyngitis. This can lead to a sore throat. If the larynx is inflamed, this is called laryngitis. It can lead to a hoarse voice. If the tonsils are inflamed, this is called tonsillitis and will display as painful swallowing. If the sinuses are inflamed, it's sinusitis. This is associated with mucus production. And then otitis media is an inflamed inner ear, which will lead to a sore ear. Streptococcal pharyngitis is pharyngitis caused by streptococcal bacteria. It's called strep throat. The bacteria that causes it is Streptococcus pyogenes. If you remember, we talked about how this bacteria is resistant to phagocytosis, and it makes two different enzymes. One called streptokinase that can lyse fibrin clots, which allows it to spread, and streptolysins, which is a cytotoxic enzyme that will kill tissue cells. Scarlet fever is caused by Streptococcus pyogenes also, and in this case, it will be producing an erythrogenic toxin, and that results in a red rash. Then diphtheria, caused by Corynebacteria diphtheriae, which forms this gray membrane in the throat. This membrane is made of fibrin, which is a protein in the extracellular matrix of most cells, dead tissue, and bacteria, and it can block the passage of air. Then pertussis, that name, it is caused by Bordetella pertussis, the bacteria, and pertussis means thorough cough, sometimes called whooping cough, so it sounds... That's a sound of whooping cough. Okay, so pertussis is a childhood disease because children often get infected with it. It'll infect the cilia cells of the trachea, and then that will compromise the ciliary action of those cilia cells, so they won't be able to be constantly moving that mucus back up. The mucus will accumulate. All of that is because the bacteria is producing a tracheal cytotoxin. That coughing can become so violent that the children will break ribs, and the whooping sound is from gasping from air. This is vaccine preventable, so children should routinely be vaccinated against pertussis so that they don't have the risk of developing this infection. Tuberculosis and pneumonia are lower respiratory system bacterial and diseases. So tuberculosis caused by Mycobacterium tuberculosis. This can be inhaled, and then it'll infect their alveolar macrophages, which will impact the ability to get air moving through the lungs through the alveoli. The bacterial form of tubercle, which is a walled-off lesion, that lesion can then liquefy and rupture and spread the bacteria. Pneumonia is a group of many pulmonary infections. When we're talking about bacterial pneumonia, most of the time it's going to be streptococcus, so that is referred to as typical pneumonia. Other cases are going to be atypical pneumonia. It could be caused by mycoplasma, legionellosis, Q fever, Haemophilus influenza, and chlamydia. But in these, fluid will end up interalveoli and bronchioles will constrict. Your patient will have a harder time breathing. There's also viral pneumonia. Viral pneumonia tends to be a secondary infection, a complication of flu, chickenpox, measles, or other viral infections. It's associated with COVID-19 a lot. Influenza, or the flu, is caused by influenza virus. This is a disease that causes chills, fever, headaches, and muscle aches. This is not a stomach bug. If someone talks about a stomach flu, it is not the flu. That's something else entirely. Influenza virus is capable of undergoing antigenic shifts, where its spikes on the surface of it can change. So that is why we get a new flu virus vaccine every year. Then the common cold. You have probably had a lot of colds in your lifetime because there are a lot of different pathogens that can cause the cold. About half of them are caused by rhinoviruses. They tend to be more mild colds. 15 to 20% of them are caused by coronaviruses, which tend to be more intense colds. and then 10% of them are caused by other viruses. Then respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a life-threatening pneumonia. It's life-threatening in older adults. It's also a very common viral respiratory disease in infants, and is very dangerous for infants. Infants are commonly hospitalized with RSV, and it will result in coughing and wheezing that lasts more than a week. Then histoplasmosis, which is caused by the fungus Histoplasma capsulatum. This will resemble tuberculosis. You'll have lesions in the organs. It will be more yeast-like, so it'll have a more filamentous growth, and is found commonly in the river valley region, so around Ohio River and the Mississippi River. Coccidiomyocis is sometimes called valley fever. It is caused by the fungus Coccidioides immitis, which is an inhabitant of dry soils, which can then create dust and be inhaled. And then pneumocystis pneumonia caused by P. hyrovecii, which can infect the lining of the alveoli. This is more common in compromised hosts. Okay, I will see you back for our next chapter, where we're going to get into our digestive system diseases. See you in a little bit. Let me know if you have any questions.